At long last, he enters the frame. It was about time. Now can we finally see some hope and destroy Asami's arrogant regime? Hi, for those who are watching, it's the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer, to bringing you chapter 193 of Shokugeki no Soma, release try. Of course, the gang react as anticipated upon Soma's talk. Megumi in panic and Takumi a bit more rationally, but not because, well, the Elite 10 are the Elite 10, but because, well, they have nothing to accept. I mean, the Elite, Shokugeki must have equal share if they want to be challenged. I mean, one has to bet something that is very similar to the other one in order to have that Shokugeki. So he's not afraid of challenging the Elite 10. He is afraid that they do not have that enough. So Soma asks Rindo, what will they do to do all this? So Erina just says to Rindo, who's there, if I personally talk to my father, I may be able to do it, because now she don't care about whatever rules happening. And Rindo reveals that, well, Asami is here on his way up on the roof to a helicopter. And there the students confront Asami, and of course Asami ignores Erina's words and she begins to cry. This proves that even though they may have lost against the Elite 10, and you may mock them that they were not just strong enough than the Elite 10, but these children deserved to become second years. And the fact that Erina, a girl that up until she finally knew the truth about everything, and Soma's little evolving, always thought that people were this and not that, is crying to the fact that she so desperately wants them to become second years, proves that she believes in them. She wants to have her friends. She feels like this is wrong. They may have lost against a Shokugeki, but that Shokugeki was wrong. So that's so very heartwarming, the fact that, and very emotional, that she, of all people, is begging that. It is also something that is very valuable that a certain person or people said last time about Soma. You know, Soma can sometimes be very mysterious in us all. It's clear he is probably among the most friendliest person you will ever meet. I mean, the way he is so casual about everybody means that he doesn't consider someone higher than him nor lower than him. He considers everyone equal, and that is a bit similar in his cooking at least too. I mean, he doesn't say that he believes this and that, but sometimes Soma can say things that others feel is a bit detached. The fact that he was angry that he lost the Shokugeki against the first seat with Megumi after she had gone almost hinted that he was angry that he lost, even though they technically didn't lose. And also he said to his son that he's doing this for himself, even though he did save the Polar Star Dome for his friends too. And the fact that he said that, well, our friends lost, so that's that. All this seems to hint at a little bit that Soma sometimes seems to have a disorder of some sort. Or maybe it's just the fact that I said before, seeing that Soma considers everything equal, he has no right to complain about things he considers equal. And a match when you lose, you lose. And that's very similar, and that's precisely how Soma thinks. After all, he has lost against his own father so many times, and he considers every single time a loss that is very serious. So now, after Erina begins to cry, Soma appears and for the first time actually shows a sense of anger, saying that I do not care about your absolute correctness anymore. And the fact that he's saying that I'm still standing right here, aren't I? That means your so-called perfection is not so perfect as you think. So have it. So my team against your team. How about a full-on bet match with the seats of the Elite 10? Of course, Asami just brushes that off, just like everybody else. It's then that finally the people that may very well change this despair into hope appears. Yes, it is Yoichiro and Sai Simon. At long last. Ugh, where have they been? They are the only ones that can destroy this. And yes, I agree that adults are sometimes a little bit useless this arc, especially the fact that people have pointed out that if Simon now is gonna fight back, where the hell has he been? So yeah, I had to agree. Where the hell has he been? Has Simon planned a counterattack? The fact that Shortshiro has decided to show himself now, that just it just proves that also even Shortshiro do not acknowledge it. So after he greets his son the same way, Erina can only blush, and Yoichiro greets her with a smile. So, but as the two former schoolmates, Nakamura, as he actually calls him, which is very good. I like the way he calls him Nakamura. It's the way he doesn't consider himself Asami, saying like, I don't think my son's preposition is something you should throw away yet. It is also worth noting that Asami is looking at Yoichiro with a bit evil in his eyes. He worshipped that man, and yet for some reason he's looking at him with anger in his eyes. One knows why. So Yoichiro proclaims that we should make it the usual way, a team battle, and Asami's eyes begin to change. Apparently, something called the Regimental cuisine, where chefs who share the same conviction face off against each other in a team battle. Totsuki's traditional irregular Shokugeki. And he calls that the Regiment de Cuisine, also the Regimental Shokugeki. So, is this the first sign of a counterattack? Are we finally gonna have these arrogant Elite 10 defeated? Absolutely. I sincerely believe that. The only thing that I'm confusing about is the words where they say where chefs who share the same conviction face off against each other in a team battle. If you've asked me, the Elite 10 and the Rebels do not exactly share the same conviction. For me, this almost seems to hint that the others will also face against each other. But it's also one thing they have not pointed out. Asami is afraid of taking this because, well, he considers everyone besides himself worms. But there's also one thing they Soma and the other gang didn't beg Asami for. There is one, or is it two? I mean, I know it was two triumph cards. I mean, not triumph cards. When I mean triumph cards, I mean something they can bet that definitely Asami should accept this. What are those two? Well, let's see. If I remember correctly, the first one would have been that they will be expelled, the rebels will lose, and that will be the end of it. But that's pretty weak. So that makes my second question. If I were them, I would actually say it like this. If we lose, if borrowing Irina's words, if we lose, Father, I will obey you. No more questions. That's, if you ask me, is the real bet. If they would I mean, no, and I know the Polestar Dome will never abandon a comrade, so I don't think they will actually accept that. But I feel that's the only thing Asami will acknowledge, is if Erina says that she gives up herself to him if the rebels lose this tag team attack. And why am I thinking that they will win this? Well, first, of course, because they're the good guys. But more importantly, this tag team attack, I mean this team battle, that makes me question. What kind of team battle is that? Is it a team battle with one against one and then the other takes over once the other one has lost? Almost like a point system, I mean 3 against 3 and the one who wins most points wins? Or is it a together team battle? A certain amount of teams try to cook together by against another certain team that cooks together. Because if it's like that, then there's no way the Elite 10 can win. And why am I saying that? Because the Elite 10 is the Elite 10. They are arrogant, they are obnoxious, and they believe in themselves. They have no shred of cooperation. But the rebels do. The rebels united can do this. Of course, the Elite 10 may just be professional chefs, but if you ask me, I sincerely believe that is the key to defeat the Elite 10. If you can't defeat them solo, defeat them together. Alas, what will they be? Give me your thoughts if you have.